Hello, everyone. Welcome to Cash Money. Why I always say cash money? Cash abundance and prosperity. The summit success for coaches and for other people. I have one dragon here with me. Hello, Brenda.
Rita.
We know each other for quite some time, and I'm really happy with what you are bringing on and what we are talking on, and we're talking about it, because that is the nightmare for 90% of people who want to become coaches. They know they have the knowledge, they want to have the impact, they want to have the visibility and social proof, but then they hate tech. Tell me the story.
I see that too. I see that very commonly. The people hate tech. So I guess I'm strange because I love tech. So,
me too. I love tech.
I started my journey as a business mentor, and then started getting into digital marketing. And through that, had to set up my own back office, right? Which I hadn't had before. And so I think that was a big part of my struggle. I didn't have the structure. I had the belief, I had the resources and the knowledge, but I didn't have the structure set up to help my business automate. And so I set up the back office, meaning when I say back office, I mean your opt-in page, your magnet, right? Your lead magnet, your funnel, your sales page, your email campaigns, etc. And so what I learned was, I learned how to do that. I learned about what good copy is. So like, what should you write when you do that? How do you reach out to people? How do you get them into your funnel?
World.
And how do you follow up?
World.
How do you get them into your world?
Yeah.
Right. And so what I discovered during that process, I took a class and I learned how to do the setup piece. What I learned through that is I really love it. I really enjoy it. And other people don't. And so I'm beginning to.
And let's be honest. 99% of the people watching this or will watch on the future, they have the certification, they did the courses, they think they have the niche, or they have the niche. That is a difference. That could be a totally different summit.
Yes, absolutely.
But they don't know how to put together the tech. I am a weird animal because, you know, my story, until now, I only put out sales page when it was a challenge. 90% of my stuff, I did it on calls, and I sent you a Stripe link if you did want. But let's be honest, that is for crazy people as me, and that is not practical. That doesn't allow you to expand. That will be time taking, like the time when you are in one call, you could be selling to 5 people. So what I love about you is you are talking to women, in special women, right? I will say women. Let's put it women.
It is women.
who don't understand certain words sometimes. Even the word funnel is confusing. What the heck is a funnel?
Right.
It can be 300 things, different things. So, and another very interesting thing is these people are coming to the industry and are paying monthly costs that are surreal, and they do not need to be like that.
Yep.
You Absolutely. Have options for Kajabi. You have options against, let me see, ClickFunnels. You have options against, I hope they don't block my, you have options against all of this.
Right.
I use mainly my Facebook as a free place to, I think you have been there. So a free place of a challenge. So I host on my Facebook. I am not going to pay for something, or I'm
Right.
not going to offer something then I did not test before. That is another
Mhm.
story. That is
Absolutely.
not
No,
so
you have to,
important.
right. Right. You have to
No,
be comfortable with what you're offering. But
no.
when I think of you though, and your Facebook and your leads, et cetera, think of how many more people you could serve if you had emails going out to them.
I don't have
Educate.
emails going out.
I know.
I don't. I don't. And the most weird thing is I have a bench of contacts on Calendly who had one-on-one calls with me.
Yep.
It's the most ridiculous thing. But as well, now let's be a little bit holistic on this part. Plus, as well, coaches are not selling. It's not like a shop. It's like a restaurant and you open and you close. So whatever is going on your journey as a human is going to be on your journey as a coach.
Mhm.
Very clear. I'm always talking about my accident. It's very clear after my accident and after the message and I received. I feel like I really feel if I was listening to this 2 years ago, I said, poor, she's like the conspirational kind of type of people who are against vaccines and etc. It's not that. It's just it's not, even though I'm a workaholic, it's not possible to go big
Right.
without going home if you
Uh-huh.
do not have the structures.
That's-
Now, there is where you come from. There is where what I think, and we talked about this,
Mhm.
how I see your magic. And I don't see as a doctor. I don't know what you decided. But doctor is kind of like freak me out. Doctor was just good when I was pregnant and I didn't want to go to the doctor to see the baby. That is
Mhm.
something else. But what Brenda is bringing to the table is the ability of you stop complaining about not having success. Because if you tell, oh, I cannot have success because I hate tech, ends here.
It ends here. There's an answer.
If you really mean that, and you know the potential of much money and people you can impact, Brenda is here for you. She will jump in a call. She will jump in 300 calls, whatever she needs. That is what we plan. But she will, because I understand that if you watch some YouTube videos, you get overwhelmed, especially if you did not grow up with technology and online world. Like I'm 43, I grew up more or less. On my 20s, I grew up with the internet and I really enjoy to learn. But even though now, today, or the date of today, I did not decide where the Evergreen Summit is going to go. So, always.
Yes.
And another important thing that I think Brenda solves you is our success online is made of so many little pieces of this puzzle. And sometimes it's so hard to take a decision. Do I go with Stripe or PayPal? Do I go with Kajabi or I go with system.io? Do I go, like, it's so overwhelming because
Too many choices, huh?
too many choices. So
And they each have their
imagine-
benefit. So it's good to understand
and,
what
and,
each
and,
offers.
as well the vibe. And for me, Rita, when I see something having success doing something, I do what Tony Robbins say. It's not that I copy and paste, but I kind of modulate what I see and what resonates with me. And because I don't see, for example, some coaches who don't have clients see $200 as like a big stretch for them. And I understand that. I totally understand. The first business coach I brought in my life was $97 and made me a lot of money before I bought another one. So, and that as well, that is something that is shifting. That is, you can buy something that is not expensive and give you all the answers. The only thing you need, and I'm saying to the clients of Brenda, is you need to want this to happen. And you need to understand, and this is the reason why I'm doing the summit, you do not have all the answers. Mm-hmm. So please, in the same way that you take your car to a garage because you don't know how to fix it, mm-hmm. Text, call Brenda. She will help you with that. Extra, she's not, full respect, 20 years old. So she your language.
I'm 62 and I didn't grow up with tech either. And that's why my passion is here, because women who are
over. Why I love you so much, because look at me, I'm 43. I want to create this movement of women of 60, 70, 80, 90, God knows what, who are starting their business. Because no halfway, they are going to tell us then 40 is our end, is only our beginning.
Absolutely.
So I talked a lot. Now tell me about you.
No, that when you said that, that's my passion about helping women who are over 40, because we're the ones that feel like I'm too old. I've felt that before too. I'm too old. I can't start now. And it's like, oh, to hell you can't. You can start whenever you want. You can do whatever you want. And so,
and extra, you have the experience.
I do have a lot of experience, and I'm heart-led. I really want to share all the things I've learned. I really want to share it with other women so they can experience the life that I'm experiencing. Life is, I've learned too many hard lessons about how life is so short that don't wait. Do it now. If there's something you've always wanted to do, you have to take action every single day to get there. And so that's my passion piece. But the logistics piece is that I've learned the tech piece. I love the tech piece. And I'm finding that it is hard for a lot of people. And so it's easy for me. It's fun for me. And when something's fun, it's not a job, right? That's and I do think of the coaches. Mm-hmm. And if they have all the pieces, but they don't have the back office piece where you can help leads get to know you through email, get to see what you have to offer through email, frequent emails, and then they might decide to buy from you 6 mm-hmm. months later, because
many times
exactly
see you quite sometimes,
right? Because it takes sometimes 8 to 12 touches for someone to really be ready to purchase your goods or your services. So I think coaching is one of the professions where there could be more back office structure, and it could really help bring more people to your heart, and to your service.
So how do you define yourself?
How do I find myself?
You define yourself.
Oh, how do I define myself? Boy. I define myself as, I'm trying to come up with a name, but I'm thinking tech tutor. Because I have 30 years of healthcare leadership and coaching experience. I've created 2 businesses from the ground up to 6 figures. One was online and one is business to business. So, and like I said, I'm 62. So I have a lot of experience, but I also have a lot of passion. Thank you. I have a lot of passion, and I really love to help other women fulfill their dreams and really live the life they want, because there's no reason why you shouldn't. There's no reason why you can't.
Life they want.
What's the life they want? Mm-hmm. They want to be powerful. They want to be independent. They want to realize that they can live the dream they want. If they want to travel the world, travel the world. If they want to retire, retire. If they want to be a stay-at-home grandmother and take care of their grandkids, you can do that with a type of business that has the structure in place so that it's somewhat automated. Nothing's 100% automated, but it's automated so that you start the journey, and then the automation helps continue it.
What are you doing? What are you busy? What are you offering in this summit? What can happen? Tell me.
Yep. Yep. So I can offer one-on-one help. I also am putting together a 3 hour, so 1 hour for 3 days, intensive, where I will guide you.
Where did you come with that idea? No, I'm joking.
I wonder, I don't know where I came up with that idea, Rita.
Let's go.
So I'm going to do a 3-day intensive. That's an hour a day. And I do have a back office system that is so comprehensive. I've never seen anything like it, that you can purchase it. And then I am going to do this 3-day intensive where I will help you get set up. You will be set up by the end of these 3 hours. So those are two options: the 3-day intensive or one-on-one assistance, essentially setting up your
So
back.
basic is no excuse.
Being afraid of tech is no excuse.
No.
Mm-hmm.
But it is really good. Like majority of my people, you know, they're 40 plus women based on USA, some on Australia and other places. They say the algorithm doesn't love them and they hate tech, and that is the reason why they have no success. So can you send them a message directly right now?
Yes, your message is the algorithm is one piece of it. The other piece is structure, systems, and processes. And I'm a professional. I've always been a professional at process. That's what I did when I worked at a corporate healthcare organization. So my message to you is, you get the word out there. You bring your people who are attracted to you into what we call a funnel. And from there, it's somewhat automated, and it can your business, because you're continuing the relationship with these people through automation. So you don't have to be sitting there on a phone call making a sale. The sale could come while you're sleeping. So
unlimited. How do you say? Notifications.
Yes, notifications. So you don't have to exchange your time for money all the time. I mean, calls are really important, I think, especially if you're a coach. But what happens after that? And that's where I can help you.
So why you? Why people should choose you?
Because I've been there. I had a coaching business.
Tell me a story.
Yeah, I had a coaching business that wasn't successful because I didn't have any process. I didn't have any back end. So I would have sales calls and they didn't purchase then, and that was it. I didn't have anything else.
Did you not sell on the call?
I did sell on the call, but if I didn't sell on that call, if I didn't convert on that call, then I kind of
lost. My God, I'm losing so many clients.
Yeah, I didn't have any follow-up process in place that was automated again. Mm-hmm. And I was working full time. And so I can't, I only could do that in the nooks and crannies. And so because of that, I really had to find a system that would automate so that I don't have to spend all my waking hours on calls and converting. So, about me, I am a wife of 32 years. I have 2 boys who are 25 and 27. I was a dietitian by training, and ended up in corporate healthcare.
I was a DJ.
Executive coaching. I know.
I posted to Playboy. I was Playboy cover, so don't ask.
So you can get there from here, right?
Yeah. Interesting. To be honest, it's very interesting. In my point, if you observe, I did want to be famous in a certain moment of my life because that was important for having the feeling that people did love me.
Yes.
And then I regret that shit. But that is another story. But I realize what comes along. How do you move things? And then when I was a DJ and then social media did shift, I remember perfectly my agency saying, we cannot get bookings to you because you don't have enough followers.
Oh, gosh.
And but I never saw it like, this is a good message. I never saw it as a problem.
Uh-huh.
Oh, so, oh, okay, so this is what I need to do.
Hmm.
So with you, I figured out how, and there we are here. With you is, and I was having this conversation with someone that I love this morning. I don't understand why people take so long to solve problems. I know is there an industry now with YouTube and etc. Then you believe you can learn by yourself. Yes, you can. I did it, but I still have a lack of information that I do not know. So if you have someone who can coach you in the same way that you have someone who can teach you how to drive, in the same way you have someone who can fix your teeth. Brenda is your wizard. How did you call us? Not doctor. How was
a
it?
tech tutor, a tech wizard. Yeah. But and it speeds up the process, right? And it takes away your frustration and say,
The problem
you can learn
many
it if
times
you
is
choose
people,
to, but
yeah, the problem many times is people say they want to be successful. They want to have the 10K per month. I'm so done with that. That was what I used to sell. But I'm not sure if they want. So
yeah.
Your why needs to be big. Because I don't know what this woman is asking for her time, and I'm not going there. That is something then I coach, then it should be flexible with whatever project you have in front of you, instead of having a fixed offer, except if you are running a challenge or something like this summit. But
Yeah.
no excuse. I'm thinking about someone, then I talk, someone of my life. Yesterday, I did want to buy the coffee. We have a coffee machine on this Airbnb, but it's not working. Detail. And we have a Dolce Gusto. It's like an espresso, but even cooler. So I was ready to buy the Dolce Gusto caps for the cappuccino. But that person was not ready enough for doing that. And this morning, wake ups complaining about not having coffee. And I was like, you are having problems, then you choose to have, you need to figure out what is the second win that, like, what are you getting from there?
Yep, absolutely.
In special because I'm in such a mode, as you know, like go, fix it, let's go. And it's not, and I know you do that. When women try to become coaches, this is the lonely road. Extra lonely road. You just see like highlights how much other people say they are making. Let me tell you, that is BS. Coaches, and I am one, no, like I am one few of them. I talk about my shitty moments. I talk about, I think I talked with you last time we talked about the first time I went from 7 to almost 11,000, and I was feeling like the queen of the F world. I was thinking like, I know it. I'm going to buy 3 properties. I'm going to spend this amount of money for my kids. I'm going to do all of this. Guess what did happen? I made 2,500 and something next month. And my weak ego was struck. It's like, how can you dare to teach and coach people how to make 10K per month if you could not have consistency? Consistency is another thing. So what I want to say with all of this is, if you are ready, and tech is a monster for you, what you say, what they say, I'm just saying,
tame the tech monster. I can help you tame the tech monster.
Do you want it or not? Because don't complain after you see this summit. Do not complain. Because I know if you send a message, if you start talking with Brenda, she will figure out a way that is possible for you to make it happen. It depends on you. If you want to stay where you are you okay being victim and complaining about it? Are you complaining, enjoying the 9 to 5 that you hate? Good for you. We are living different lives. Do you want to come to the club? Brenda is your girl.
Thank you so much.
You are. You are.
Thanks, Rita. I appreciate it.
You are, and I'm 100% with you. So we have a QR code. What is the best ways to call you and know what is going on and have this, how do you call it? Strategy calls? What do you call it?
Yeah, clarity call. I have a clarity call so I can figure out what you need. If you already have a system, but you need it to be set up more cleanly or whatever, if you don't have any system. So we need to talk about first what it is you're looking for. So I have a 15-minute clarity call where we can figure out how I can help you.
I have a very dumb belief. Then email list doesn't sell.
Oh, okay. Why don't you try it?
Answer me. No, yeah, that is an interesting point. I'm not sending emails out. So why do you think we hide? There is coaches starting, and there are coaches as me who are not starting. It's up and down like a roller coaster, trying to figure out. When I was selling business coaching, I don't even know how I arrived there. I know I have the strategies, and you have been with me. Yes. I know shit and works.
Right.
But what aligns me is to have this ability to bring visibility to people that I love. Because what I want to create on the Dragons is a buffet of knowledge where everyone can eat what they want instead of what I'm saying that you need.
And look at you now. See, you've it's a journey, right? We never know really where we're going to end up. I didn't think I'd be doing tech, but I see there's a need, and there's a need. I'm good at it. I love it. And so that's kind of, where I'm ending up. But I think for now,
that is what I want you. And that was what we talked on the last call. I want you to wake up every single day and have like a post-it, a sticky note, and say, I am goddamn amazing. What else is possible? Who I'm going to help today? Move the energy. And another thing, I was having a coaching call with G. The Dragons now with G. Yes. And G is one of I love her energy. I love her certainty about what she does. And she talks about stuff that is painful, literally grief, right?
Yeah.
And I was talking with her and I was like, forget every single shit I told you to do. Do what feels right for you. Because on the end, and this is going to sound so, people watching this summit really did think that I have a head injury and I'm out of control. Not just only for my Black Friday deal, but for everything. I'll say, don't listen to all of business coaching. Learn with them and create your own blueprint.
Absolutely. You have all the answers inside you. All you have to do is
it needs to be feel aligned.
Right,
Brenda.
right. Yeah.
I saw your post after our call. And you're not like, I was almost ringing the bell as I did get a big payment. Nothing is more beautiful than be capable to bring other people to find their joy, their unique selling points, and then that person goes and helps other people. It's the most beautiful thing I ever did in my life, this summit as well. So what is next for you?
Oh, what is next for me?
Talking with these people. Yeah.
To tech talk. Yes, I'm hoping to help whoever needs help with getting their whole system set up so that I can see them be successful, right? It's just like you said, you love to see other people be successful after they've had a call with you. And it's the same. I want the structure to be there so that you can automate your business partially, not all, but you can automate your business so that the sales will come in and people will be looking and buying your services if you're a coach.
I'm so happy for you.
Thank you. It's exciting. It's
because
really exciting.
I know I'm on this market for quite some time, and I know many women, like, they want to do the things, but tech is like this. I don't understand why, but I get it, because it's different mindsets, different way of learning. I grew up with more computers than you did grow up. So the beautiful thing is, it's not 20 years old person who's going to teach you how to do a funnel.
No, I'm not going to go, okay, do this and this and this and this and this.
No, it's
a 20-year-old. They're just like,
you talk the same language than them.
Yeah.
Because yes, you can watch all your YouTube videos. It's not going to answer you. I'm looking to myself at this time. It's so overwhelming with where I'm going to drop all my courses, funnels, and etc. I am a Kajabi girl because I love how it looks like. I think their gateway for payment sucks. That is something else.
Yeah.
I don't know why I even think that. But I'm not going to pay for ClickFunnels and Kajabi.
No, see, that makes no sense. Right.
So,
right.
So, curiosity. What did you advise me?
I advised you to buy.
What kind of system?
Yeah. I advised you to buy a system.
You don't need to tell. You can just advise, and then we drop the link on the comments.
Yeah. Okay. I advise you to buy a system that is comprehensive. So you can link your payment portals. You can create and save your courses. It uses AI to help you. Oh, it's amazing. It helps you with your social content. It has email campaigns. It has funnel templates.
When it has email campaigns, for example, system.io, my email is not like ritavalente.com. It's like a Gmail. So system.io did get me stuck there.
Right. You have to add your own domain. So you can buy a domain, which I bought a domain for $20-something, a new one that links with my Beyond Business. But this is one of the most comprehensive systems I've seen.
You're really proud.
It's really, really good. It's a great system. Yeah. And it's new. There's not a lot of people yet that know about it, but I think it's going to be.
Is it expensive?
It's and it's $4.97. So until tonight, which this probably doesn't air before Cyber Monday ends.
I'll try.
It's $2.97, but starting after Monday, it's $4.97.
For lifetime access or full year?
No, for lifetime access. And it's, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Let's stop this call fast and see if I can upload
you. Thank you so much, Rita.
I love you. I want you to tell how have been your experience to be inside of our community.
It's been wonderful to find women who 100% and men. There's a few men who 100% really truly support each other. Whenever I ask for input, I get honest input. I don't like the doctor, right? I get honest input, and we really learn from each other every time we're on a call. And it's a beautiful thing because, like you said, Rita, we all can't be everything. We can't be experts at everything. And the people that are in this group all bring their own special, unique talent, personality, flavor. So it's a beautiful community. I really love it.
Do you like tapping?
I love tapping. I didn't know anything about tapping before I met you. And that one time
It's still
recently,
weird. It's still weird. After 3 years, I'm still trying to figure out. But let's not focus.
I don't,
It's like electricity. I have no clue how it works, but I
right, or a
really
fax machine. Which who knows about fax machines
Yeah,
anymore, but
no,
no, but I think it's acupressure, right? And we all know that works.
it is.
Um,
But it's a
and
little bit more magical than
it's
that.
really powerful, really powerful.
Okay, good to know. On
Yeah.
Wednesdays, we have our design your own reality, kind of.
Yeah.
Brenda, I love you.
I love you too.
I love you too.
Thank you
It's
so much.
beautiful. I'm going to say bye to these people and bye to you probably. Thank you so much. But keep
Bye.
living your dream and make it happen. And if you want success and you are stuck, go to Brenda. Love you. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Cash, Abundance, and Prosperity, the Success Summit. I don't know how many calls I did, but I never can get this. It's like how a wrong name works well. It goes against everything. Then people coach you. How are you doing, CJ?
I'm awesome. I'm so excited to just have this conversation today.
I'm going to kind of ask a little cuddle on my ego because you were telling 2 seconds ago something about the summits, and I want to answer you. If you want to tell a little bit what have been your experience looking to fast snips of the summit.
Yeah,
Tell me.
I haven't seen, it in its entirety, but I'm super excited to go back and just binge watch, like somebody would do on Netflix and just binge watch shows for hours on end. I want to do that because I've just caught snippets of it and just the excitement and the energy of each individual person. It's got me really excited, and it just validates, like I said, it validates the fact that we all are unique individuals, but when we come together and we bring our unique gifts together, that we are unstoppable and we can create all these magnificent things. And I'm just super excited to just be immersed in all the women's energy that's already been in and all those yet to come. It's just I'm lit up about it. It's like what you anticipate Christmas morning where you're like, oh my God, there's this gift and I need to figure out what it is and I can't wait to unwrap it. And that's what this summit is for me. I can't wait to unwrap everybody's gifts and just see what everybody has to bring to the table.
Okay. I cried a lot on this summit. And for you to know, so I have been putting out in lives in package like 2, 3 sessions, 4 sessions, but we are on this moment creating an evergreen option of. So on Kajabi, where you can go and choose what you want to watch and forever and ever, and it's free. These summits have been so I think I told you summit happens after an accident, and I had a bad head injury. I think that is connected as well with the options and prices that I put out there after there. But myself, I arrived as well to a moment where I understand then, yeah, I'm a coach. Yes, I have strategies, but more than that, I'm a person who can see the gifts of other ones and bring to the light your unique selling points. And I love to have these conversations and hold space. And I understand as well, then I don't know everything. And I want to create this buffet of knowledge. Then what works for me maybe doesn't work for you, or maybe just part work for you, and give you this full access to these amazing people who have different strategies for abundance, whatever that means. And on this summit, we had from the practical funnels kind of thing to the childhood wounds and the unworthiness feeling that we have and doesn't allow us to become the success in our own terms, because for me, success is in our own terms. That being said, we know each other for quite some time. We have been around each other for quite some time. I'm really happy to be here with you. And I want to bring your magic out. So please tell us what is the title of this talk and who you are and what you do.
All right. The title of the talk is Hindsight Maybe 2020, but True Expansion Requires Vision. And my name is Kathy Joe, but that's a little too petticoat junction for me. So I go by CJ. When I opened my brick and mortar cafe, CJ's Cafe kind of fit on a sign. So I've just been going by CJ ever since. And I just feel like it's my duty. I'm 53 years old. I'm a mom of 7. It's my duty to help women my age realize that life doesn't end once you hit a certain number, in the books. That once you're 50, and your kids are raised and they go off and out into the world, life isn't over, that we get to recreate ourselves. And it took me up until I think I was 47 by the time I really stopped and thought, who am I as a person, as a woman, as a human being, outside of some label, wife, mama, business owner, cafe owner, employee, all those labels that society gives us based upon some role we fulfill. And then when all those roles are sort of like done, we're like, what the hell? Now who am I? What do I do? And I feel like my journey of, realizing who I am and recreating myself at the age of 50 is kind of like paving the way for other women who are afraid to say it's okay, I've done all the things, but now I can have something that's just for me. Because before, when people would ask me who am I'd say, oh, I'm just a mom, I'm just a wife, and then I stop myself in my tracks. I'm like, I'm not just anything. I am valuable because I'm here, because I'm human, because I'm on purpose. He doesn't make mistakes. I'm here for a reason. And now it's my turn to figure out exactly what that reason is and help pave the way for other women to realize that there's something deep in them that they might not have tapped into yet.
Do you know then that have been part of the big message of majority of women talking? Coach women 60 plus through grief and pain and unworthiness. Brenda coach or help women 50 something to solve tech problems so they can finally create their funnels. And for me, I'm 42, I will be 43 in days, 21 December, winter solstice. And I was all of that. I was the DJ, I was the Playboy cover, I was the mom of 5, I was the wife, I was all of that. And then I lost it all. And when I say I lost it all, I'm not saying it's not my fault. I'm just saying I did in 180 degrees because my soul, this is going to sound so woohoo. My soul, I could not stay on the situation that I was, could not anymore. And or you can say I run away to Mexico, or you can say like the universe grabbed me and dropped me on Mexico, then in a city, 15 days. For me, Mexico was like everything less where I did want to come and heal. And I had no experience about healing. I became a healer as well. In the last 2 years of a lot of pain and suffering, and because when you lose the identity, and I told this story thousands of times, and I tell this story because 2 days ago I was back from the same place. I was so proud of me. I remember, so I'm a mom since I'm 19. You have 7, I had 5. I'm a mom since I'm 19. My mom died when I was 10. And in 2021, I arrived to Mexico. But let me tell you, it was as well a moment in my life that I say, I never drink alcohol. I did other drugs, but I never did alcohol. So let's party. I don't have kids wake up in the next day. It was as well that, but I found myself on Walmart for the first point 1. I never did live alone. Point 2, the silence was so scary for me. And I found myself on Walmart with a card, in front of me. And I had no clue what I did want to buy.
Yeah.
And this all, the dragons, it's not that I'm badass smart. I am really good, but I have been guided for something that I have no clue what is. And I believe, maybe I'm really crazy, maybe my mental state, but I believe because someone told me, I believe then it was given to me another opportunity because I have a dead life experience, how you say, you see yourself out of your body, to come and do this like we are doing right now. And that is bringing people, connecting people up. I have inside of the Dragons right now, we have 2 to 3 calls per week. One, it's not a group coaching call. It's a call where everyone tells what is going on and what they need help, and they connect between them. And I just realized 2 seconds ago, it was a few hours ago, then 2 of my coaches are working together in this moment. And giving the opportunity to, in special women, I have men as well, but in special women, to have other women supporting them. And for me at 43, nothing gets me more excited to have women as you, because I want to be there. I will be there. And I know then on these 2 years of suffering, then I put myself, because I feel more ugly, more old, more fat, more all of that things. And that is not okay, and that is not needed. And yes, I have no clue what I was doing when I put the summit together. And you remember what we talked when we talked?
Yeah.
I just asked universe, God, or whatever you believe, to bring me people. Then it's not for 300 people listen to us. It's for that too would need to listen to us. So I'm so grateful that you are doing what you are doing.
And I'm grateful that you listened. You know, a lot of times people ask, give me that sign. They're in their desperation and they're like, show me a sign, show me a sign. And then it's like knocks them in the head and they're like, no, that's not a good enough sign. Wait, I'm going to wait for something else. But you didn't. You listened because you so want to be the change. You so want to be the vessel and the space for women. You listened because not only do we all need it, but you needed us to
Yeah.
be it with you. And that's powerful.
I am addressing my soul on this summit, undressing more than my clothes than I did before. I'm undressing my soul. What I want, CJ, what I want is, I want for that woman who maybe is 40, 50, 60, maybe, who was abused, who was mistreated, who lost, to know, one, you are not alone. 2, there is a bunch of other badass women being abundant and successful. And it's not because that did happen for you, but to you, that is another thing. That is not because then you are not allowed to have an impact, because the only way that we have to survive to all the bullshit that happens, and many times it's our fault, it's to use this pain as fuel to serve others.
Absolutely. And I think, when you said sometimes we choose and it's our fault, but it's not really a fault. We've chosen a situation because I firmly believe that every situation that we've attracted that to us. And, we go through a lot of shitty situations and a lot of the same relationships and a lot of things come in. We're the common denominator. We attract those things into us, but not because we want to punish ourselves, not because we want bad things. It's because we need those things to happen to be the stopgap and go, okay, enough's enough. I deserve more than this. I am worth more than this. I'm better than this. And it gives us that moment in time where everything stops. And it's that pivot moment where you get to decide, I get to continue to wallow in this pity and this shit, or I get to decide that I can use this stuff that I've created to help other women to not have to go through it, to be that person that leads the other women to go, you don't have to go through all those things. I can help you supersede some of those situations or get out of those situations quicker. Because a lot of times as women, let's face it, we stay in situations because that's what our family is telling us is best, or that's what society is telling us is best, or here's a thing, you can't do this because here's the expectation we have of you. When in reality, we just need to listen to our heart and listen to our soul and listen to the guidance that's telling us this is not for you. It's time to move on.
It's very hard. It's not easy.
No.
It's not easy. I am lucky enough, and I found my mission. And my mission became my life. And we have preconceived ideas about what should be, how should be, everything. And it's very interesting. All my life, I had kids for very selfish reason. I had kids because I did want someone to love me forever and to never be alone. And in this moment of my life, for my own choices, they don't love me. And I am alone. And I'm not alone. I have my dragons. But when I found out, oh, I have another fear, and then people, they think I was a bad mom. I found out that is there power in being in front of your biggest fear. And is there power in having all these shits and keep going in front to serve other women?
You expose all your pain to be that beacon of hope for other women. And when
Because I
you say
want to believe it, I want to believe it for myself. Yes, it's possible. And yes, you deserve. And so many times I feel happy. And it strikes away like you don't deserve to be happy.
Right. Why do we ask ourselves that? Why do we judge ourselves? Why do we tell ourselves you don't deserve that? What's the guideline? What's the manual? Is there a manual that says if you do X, Y, and Z that you get to be happy and we're gonna sprinkle rainbows and unicorns in your land? No, we get to decide and we get to choose. But what you just said, you don't have your children and you are alone for those words by choice, because something bigger needed to happen for you to be who you are meant to be. You aren't just meant to be those children's mother and be at their beck and call and raise them. There is something more that was
Even
missing.
though I miss them terribly.
Oh, I believe me, I know, I feel you. And we've had a conversation and I am fully aware of how that feels. But the fuel that you need to use is the you being the best woman that you can be and going forth and shining your light as bright as you can. That's how you're the best mom. That's how you're guiding them and showing them what a woman is capable of.
Do you know what is my dream? My dream is not reaching back, going to the place where they are, because I don't feel safe there for many reasons. Not emotionally, let's put it like that. I don't feel that I am ready. I don't want to go in fights. I don't want to rip off a blended family where they are together and happy, and maybe without their mom, but they, in a weird way, they have a great father. That's another story. But what I want is, I want to build something so beautiful. And if one day they want to understand my side of the story, they can see that their mom did not become a drug addict, a prostitute, or whatever. No secret with that, but you understand where I'm going. And really, even though with all the pain, was honest, raw, because this goes against all coaching, like being a coach who cry like this and expose myself like this. I really believe I need to be very brave to do this. Second time on this summit, then I bring this subject. But it's because I'm healing as well, and because someone is listening to me and is feeling like, wait a second. Even though I did this, or even though I feel, many women are abused. I lived 37 years believing that when I was 12, I had a boyfriend who was 31 or 32. I feel ashamed because my family called me a whore because of that. And my father was inside of his house, told me he could not trust me. And that damaged all my relationships with men from in front. And just a few years ago, doing a meditation about money, worthiness, I was like, wait a second. I was 11 to 12. And I was looking to my son, who was my age. And I was like, are you serious? How many of us, we want to be good girls? And we even don't realize the abuse and the mistreatment and why we don't love ourselves enough. I'm learning how to love myself. You know how I used to operate? I was happy with the happiness of my partner, my kids, my friends. I was happy making them happy. I had no clue what did make me happy. Again, the summit went like, this is about you, but so I imagine, and yesterday I was talking with Coach G, who's working as well with women of 60, and we are having a conversation like this, but a very raw conversation, because I really feel I need to vomit all of this so I can stop being scared, because I'm constantly being trapped in social media, and people are going to tell how terrible I am and what I did, and bullshit and lies and etc. And my kids are going to say that I'm a terrible mom. It can happen. But that doesn't mean what I bring to the table as a coach. I don't like the word coach. That doesn't mean
Either.
That doesn't mean this is not real, because
Right.
this is. And if I'm working on all this shit, and let me tell you, it's hard. It's hard. At this moment, my only addiction was drinking my wine on the end of the day, and I'm controlling that. And that is freaking me out as well. And it is beautiful because I'm out of antidepressants. I don't do drugs. I don't smoke weeds. I do a lot of work in myself. The more work you do in yourself, more Pandora box opens. So it's kind of interesting. At the same time, I host a community of 1,000 people. And yeah. So that being said, I'm working on this at 40. So we all come together and we help the other women who are older. And the ones that come before will come. And believe, I remember when I was 29, I cried for 3 days in a row because I didn't feel I was getting old.
I think what you're doing is so important because you're paving the way, and you being vulnerable and exposing all your truths is leading by example. It's showing women, yeah, some shit has happened and I've made some choices, but those choices don't get to define me for the rest of my life. I get to cut the cord with those things, and I get to choose what value I bring to the table. And I think it's so important for, you expose those things. Kind of, it's like, I look at it one way, like it's kind of a defense mechanism, because if you put all your shit out there,
Yeah,
it takes away the power of somebody else doing it.
I always tell that story. I always tell this. I learned this. I learned this in a weird way. So when I was like in 2006, I believe, I was famous in Portugal. And at the same time, so I went from being an entrepreneur and not famous, and then famous and seen as a sexy symbol, obviously dumb, because that is where the box they put you in, and full of debts because I lost my business. The story, super famous, all kinds of stories about who I was sleeping and etc. Blah 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 blah. 90% not even true, and we could have a podcast about this. And I start getting blackmailed. I start getting people blackmailing me because of my debt. People saying, you need to pay me, if not, I'm going to the press. And guess what? One day, I was doing it. I had a magazine there, and the story is real. And I told I was full of debts, and I never did think about this anymore. And then the next day, I don't know if you have, like, a few days after, you have in the morning, like you are watching the magazines that come out on that day. And I'm watching, and I see a magazine, and my first thing is like, I know that face. And then, oh shit, it's me. And then I swear I have this, I'll put on the evergreen. I have that cover. Rita is full of debts.
Wow.
And what you do now, blackmail guy?
Yeah. Awesome. Because you took your power back and took away their power. I love it. That's awesome.
And it helps a lot not caring with what other people think. On the good sense, I care with people that I love. Yes, of course.
Right.
But now you.
Yes.
What is your mission? What are you doing? What are you busy with? What can people do with you?
My vision is to create Queen by Design Collective. My brand is Queen by Design, and I honestly believe that every single woman on the planet is a queen. We all have that deep side of us. People think, oh, a queen has to be this regal, majestic, beautiful, airbrush thing, wearing a crown and all these jewels. And yes, some queens do that, but some queens sit in their pajamas all day long and nurse babies and has spit up on their flannel jammies. We all have that queen. And my goal is to help women to realize who that queen is, to come back to herself. You know, everybody's all like, oh, step into the $1 million version of yourself, or become this version, or become, and I think that's wrong. And my opinion is we all need to come home to who we really are. But we've buried that so deep down inside of us by, you know, trying to jump through all the hoops and the expectations and all the parameters that society and everybody sets on us based upon the labels that we're given, that we forget what that is. So, for instance, me, for decades, I raised kids for decades, and I forgot who I was. And at 47, I was like, okay, I lost my 21-year marriage. I lost my youngest son went to the Air Force. I was no longer a hands-on mom, and my business, my cafe, closed due to pandemic. And I was like, now what? Everybody's like, well, what are you going to do? What do you want to do? And I was like, how sad is it that at 47, I have no clue what I want to do? You know, I started a business because everybody's like, oh, you're working for somebody else. And that was like a negative thing. And it's like, you should do something on your own. So I started the cafe, and I'm like, great, it served a purpose. It proved to me that I could do anything that I put my mind to. If I, you know, put in the elbow grease and I did all the things and I hustled my ass off to make it successful. And I did that. But then when that was taken away, it was like, I just gave myself another label. I was a business owner, and now I don't have a business. So who am I? And so I want women to understand that it doesn't matter what your job is. It doesn't matter what your label is. It doesn't matter what your business is. You, as a woman, as a human, your worth is based upon what's inside you. It's who you are as a human being. It's what you want to put forth in the planet. It's the things that you want to do. So for me, it's I want to attract 140 women who are ready to lead their own lives, and then realize, wait a minute, it's not just about me. It's about me leading by example so that other women can lead their lives too. And it's like just linking arms with all these amazing women who are like wanting to do something that they've never done in their lives, to not have to answer to anybody, to not have to attach a label to themselves, to know their value and worth, to be able to go forth and build,
drop the mask.
Yeah, to be able to go forth in their life and do whatever it is they want to do. I don't want everybody to be doing the same thing that I'm doing. We're not one size fits all, cookie cutter. That doesn't work. I want everybody to come together and realize you get to play off my skills, I get to play off your skills. And now as I'm saying it, it's sort of just like what you're doing with the dragons. It's like all these women coming together and us linking arms and being that strong person for the person who's not quite there, and for us to be able to look to that for person who's a little bit further ahead and go, I can do that. That's what I want, is for us to just be this big beacon of hope for women to understand. You don't need anybody to tell you who you are. You don't need to have a job to, you know, assign your dollar amount or your value or worth. You get to choose that. But it's bigger than just about us. And that's the beauty of it, is that when we realize it's not about me, if it's just about me wanting to make $1 billion and, you know, have this lavish house and drive a fancy car and go on these vacations, that's selfish. I'm not here for that. We're here for more than that. It's deeper than that. It's bigger than that. It's a mission, a vision. It's a collective momentum of women working together to make the world a better place. We weren't here to just take, and what's in it for me. We're here to give back and to be of value and to be of service to other women so that they can understand what their value and what their service is.
We should blend our communities.
Right?
As I found it's just I want to say two or three things to help on this conversation, or at least my own feedback. When it's there a moment where you have really no clue of what you want and who you are. So to my dragons, I like to do 2 exercises. One of them is a board of achievements. And a board of achievements is a list of things that you did since you were born, not your business. Then you did since you were born. The time that you punched the bully, the time that you dropped the mic, the time that you managed to do that souffle amazing, the time that you proved someone told, that is my favorite. Someone told you you cannot, and I say, watch me. They told me you cannot, so I did it anyway. So, that's a list. Create that list, because vision boards are really important. I personally don't use them so often. And board of achievements, I need. Do you know my board of achievements on this moment is watching the testimonies of my clients.
Yeah.
It's a great board of achievements. That is one part. The other part is when you really, and I come from a head injury where it took me to a level of depression, and then I even, because I did not went to the hospital because I was in the middle of the jungle. I did need to Google it, and thank God I had dragons with me who had experience or had sons who did experience that, and told me to be alert, because the way that your brain works is when it's healing, it takes you to a very deep, dark place. And I did not want anything. I did not want to eat. I did not want to sleep. I did not want anything. So I really start doing little things to understand what Rita did want. Drawing, doing some mandalas, doing things with the hands, cooking, little things to understand what do you want, because we operate for so long on the programs of the other ones and the programs of being a good girl and doing something. And then another thing is, and I'm going to be tough, and I'm really tough, and this is really my mindset. There is a quote of Henry Ford: whatever you believe you can or you cannot, you are always right. I had no clue how I was going to do this summit. I swear to God. I had no coach, I had no blueprints, I had no YouTube video, I had no guidance. And extra, I was selling these offers. There was 10% of what is a normal year with me, because I felt the market is changing as well. That is something else. And everyone told me I could not do it. And guess what? I not only did it financially, I had amazing conversations with beautiful people. And I'm connecting that people between them. And this is just the beginning of the F magic.
Absolutely.
I'm scared. Yeah, God damn it, yes.
But it's a good scare, because it's like you're exactly where you're meant to be, because everybody told you couldn't do it, and look, here you are. It's happening. It's going on right now. So you have to stop and pause in that moment.
27 people who are crazy enough to believe in me when I have no clue how to even stream online. A clue of stream online, but what kind of service I was going to use. It took me, I was talking about having evergreen, and it took me like 7 days to decide what platform I was going to put the evergreen. I knew it, I was going to do it. But that kind of fears were not important for me, because the importance is the magic, the frequency, that it happens right now when we are recording this. I believe this frequency goes and flies, and it goes in touch with the people.
It's like every person that you talk to is like dropping that pebble in the water, and that ripple is going out and out and out, and that you don't have any idea how many people that's going to affect. And when you say, you sat and you were like, how am I going to stream it? And what am I going to do? Evergreen and all these things. None of that mattered, because what mattered is the people felt your energy. The people felt your genuine love for yourself to want to build and be bigger and better and do these things. That's what draws us to you. Your energy and yes, you have things that have gone on and you're still healing yourself, but you're like that lighthouse beacon out there going, okay, she's been through some shit that's, probably would have put most people under, but guess what? She's doing the damn thing, and I want more of that. I want to be around that. I want to be more like that. I want to inspire to be like that. And so that's why we all like come to you, because you're attracting all of our energies, because we see something in you that you don't even see in you yet.
Um, People buy our energy before they buy the outcome. That is 100%. I'm going to share a little note, and this is good for people who are not English speaking people, or 3 years ago, when was COVID, we all went through that. I came from not having any clue what I was going to do, to decide that I was going to coach social media. And my first business coach told me that I will never, in any option, being able to coach in English, less the American market. What is really funny, because my kids grow up speaking English. We lived for some time in UK. 10 years ago, I did not spoke like nothing in English. Not nothing. It was like I was using alpha, beta, bravo, Charlie, to be able to communicate. And I still have my mistakes and I still do my things, but I had a moment and I took a decision that I was going to embrace that. And that's me.
Yeah.
And many times I get stuck with words. Summit was a word and I could never put it out. Like, I get stuck with words and I make jokes about that because I speak fluent 3 languages. I speak Spanish every single day, English every single day, Portuguese every single day. I don't know how I get crazy sometimes. And I can speak French. I can understand. So and now with AI, you can even clone yourself and speak anything. It's another story. But if you have what to say, and I'm remembering, like, I work with a healer, a Mexican healer, who don't speak perfect English. We speak okay English, let's put it like that, capable to understand. And he don't want to work on the American market because he doesn't feel comfortable with his English. What for me, I always joke with him, because how was going to be a medicine man from Mexico speak perfect British accent English? That was going to be the weirdest thing ever. So whatever you feel then is wrong on you, embrace it. Whatever is your dark secret, bring it on. Don't allow that to slow you down, and learn one thing. The only person who's always, always, always with you is yourself. The only person that you can always trust is yourself. And sometimes, sometimes we promise things to ourselves and we don't do. But we are there together. And if you believe in God, angels, and guides, they are there for you as well.
Absolutely.
What is next for you? How can people reach out to you? What is the plan? What is the link you are going to give to me?
All right. So I have a Queen by Design collective coaching container that I'm opening up. It's going to be a 6-month container where women can come in and work with me. It'll be over Zoom. We'll do coaching calls, access to me over Voxer, Messenger, whatever. And really what it is to help women understand that they are capable of absolutely anything that they want to do. But the beauty of it is that they get to decide how to go about that. It's not like I want you to become this thing and here's your, the golden crown that you're headed towards. It's I'm meeting you where you are, and you and I are going to decide what it is that you really want out of your life. Again, it's not a one size fits all. Not everybody wants to have $1 billion. Not everybody wants to, have a lavish car. Some people just want to have something that's their baby, that they can
Free
do that's
time.
just for them.
They want to
What's
free
that?
time. They want to have free time. They want to wake
Yeah.
up at 10. I don't know. I wake up at 4. So, but success on your own terms.
Absolutely.
That is something that you learn moving around different countries. is, for example, when I was living in Amsterdam, cars were not really important because the judge go to the courthouse in a bicycle, and it's like the simplest thing ever. And then you arrive to Mexico, where cars means everything. And it's such a beautiful and weird thing in your brain, because you start, wait a second, what is success for you? And I can tell you, success for me around money have been growing, even though, because I want to be able to build something for my kids in the future, whatever they decide to have a relationship with their mom or not. I am in a position where I'm grateful for everything that I lived, each second, each kiss, each diaper that I changed, you know, is a lot. Each smile, each smart thing, each sad moment. I'm grateful for all of that. The same way that I'm grateful for all the moments that I had with my mom for 10 years. The same. I live in gratitude every single day, and I'm so grateful for this call. I'm so grateful for us talking. So success is this for me. Success is having joy in life. Success, when I was doing some months ago, and I was doing more business coaching, and I was saying, how do I 10K every month? I can coach, but that doesn't mean it works for you. And I was so disaligned. And then I remember, wait a second, where are you good at? I'm a good healer. Tapping an EFT is a big thing for me. But I'm a connector. I'm a connector. I see your magic and I bring that magic to life. And I'm great having these conversations with people, because when you are hosting a masterclass, you are dropping information. When we are talking, people are listening to us. And they put you in a position of authority. Delicious, because you deserve it all, CJ.
It's just amazing to me that, you know, I talk with a lot of business coaches every day too, and it's like they're so disgruntled and they can't understand why people aren't buying their thing and why they don't want to invest in their product and pay all this money. And I'm saying, but you're not listening to them. You're not listening to what they want. You want them to buy your thing because it's what you want, because it's going to get you to your end goal. When in reality, you'll get to your end goal when you help them figure out what it is that really they desire from their heart.
I will give you straight away a business. Well, let's coach some people on business in a second here. Before my accident, I host master classes on my group. I grow my group, and I am really good at that. And I just use my Facebook, and that is how I do it. That's how I roll. I don't like to spread too thin. Maybe it's time to have a team, but for sure I want to have an offer that is strong, so I can spread. What is the point of not knowing your niche, having a stinky offer and trying to spread your wings? It's not going to work. So I used to always like tease the masterclass, and I have a masterclass that is how to make 10K in 6 hours. What sounds really like cheesy, because in reality it's not difficult. You create, imagine then you coach people how to make 10K per month in 3 months, and you give them an intensive for 6 hours, 3 hours. I prefer to divide it. And you give all that intensive, and instead of them paying $5,000, they pay $500, and you bring 20 people in. In 6 hours, you have 10K. Then extra, they love so much and they have all the knowledge, but they do with that, they need coaching. So they will buy for the next method. Okay, good story, it's great strategy. When I did that caller post, I had like 100 people raising their hand. I was like, yeah, it's good. Even though I start thinking, maybe this is not exactly the people that I want to work with, because they want too fast access to money and they don't understand. And it's not poetic and romantic. You need to do dirty work, and it's tough, and you need to figure out your own ass in the process. And then I don't know why I decide to post out there, like, who wants to host a masterclass and pitch your offer to my 1,000 people group? And I had 300 people raising their hand. And I was like, I have this wrong. Because again, I did think I didn't know. I had this wrong. So I said, wait a second. So I have the accident. And if we transform the masterclass in a summit where I interview what makes you even more juicy, guess what? I had 425 applications. And I was like, wait a second, this is too much right now. Let me jump and pause with people that I really want to work with first to calibrate and have some of my guinea pigs that have like, will go with the flow with me. But then your niche, or my niche in this case, wants visibility, respect, impact, and the stamp of approval.
Yep.
Not the 10K per month, because that means other strategies. And there's a bunch of coaches out there telling you how to make 10K per month.
Yep.
And to be honest, I don't make 10K per month every single month. I have months that I make more. I have months that I make less. For me, consistency is when you zoom out. And especially if you have an accident, believe me, or especially if you go to a high level and you make like 20K in a month, and you feel like you are the queen of the world and you know everything, next month, my dear darling, shit happened. And
Yep.
I always say, like, your Stripe account is like a heartbeat, or your PayPal account or whatever you use is like a Stripe.
Yep.
It's like a heartbeat. You see it ups and downs, and that is life.
Yeah, absolutely.
So how can people reach out to you? What are you going to give me as a link?
I'm going to give you my Facebook profile. It's CJC Boyd. And everything is on there. My milkshake link to my website, everything, my links are on there, so you can go in there and check me out. I also host a TV show on Phoenix TV called Awaken the Warrior, and I interview women and men who have been through some crap in their lives, and they got to that point where they were like, okay, enough's enough. This is my awakening the warrior, which is that thing inside of us that says, no more, I'm worthy for more, I want more of that. And I'm currently
that is very interesting, because I used to be Phoenix Warriors, you remember, and I moved to Dragon Warriors because, yes, all of us are Phoenix, but it's time to go out of surviving mode. It's time to thrive. So I'm bringing out big guns.
I love that.
Yeah. Congratulations on that.
Thank you. I'm turning it into a podcast. So I'm looking for people to interview.
Are you enjoying the process?
I am. It's reminding me that, you know, there's not this level out there, that this big, huge, hairy, audacious thing that I want to get to. And then once I'm there, I'm done. It's reminding me that there are milestones along the way that I have to, you know, that I've reached, and I can like sit back and go, okay, you did that. Look what you did. Everybody said you couldn't do it.
Do you celebrate?
I do celebrate.
How?
I celebrate
if I can ask.
a couple different ways. Sometimes it's just as a matter of like getting on my bike and going for a 10-mile bike ride. Sometimes it's making a really delicious homemade vanilla cappuccino and just sitting under a warm blanket in my chair in my office and being like, I did that. And one of my huge proponents in my growth has been gratitude. Like, everybody's always like, oh, I can't stand my past, I'm so shameful, I regret. I embrace all that shit. I made some really shitty choices, and I've been through some really crappy things, but guess what? Every single one of those things brought me to the moment where I said, enough's enough. I want something different. I get to choose better for myself, and I'm in gratitude of that. So gratitude is the huge game changer in the game of life.
I do.
If you're not grateful for where you've been,
I do gratitude exercise every single morning. I say what I'm grateful for, not only the big things. I mean, the house where we live, the food on the ground, not only that. Sometimes the way that I bought I use glasses. Since COVID, I use glasses, or maybe because I'm a 40s, right? And I bought these glasses for, I don't know, they're lens, so they did like a full exam. And it's probably one of the few things, and it's still cheap in Mexico. I paid 800 pesos, but it's less than $30 around that. Oh, or how the cappuccino tastes with cinnamon, you know, little things. How feels the hair of my cat on my fingers? How my pillow? How beautiful was our talk today?
And I think most people, people get to a point where they're in total desperation and they're praying for some huge miracle. When in reality, if you're grateful for all the little things that most people take for granted every day, those big miracles come.
That is the secret of happiness, is enjoying the moment. And that is something that you cannot be a slave of a phone, even though I coach social media and I coach, cannot be a slave of a phone. You need to be able to go out without your phone and don't have the notifications. For example, I don't have an iWatch because I don't want that thing to control my life. Gratitudes, I ring the bell, and sometimes when it's an amount bigger than, I ring the bell, whatever is $10. And I have a magical candle that I have since like 2 years ago when I did my last party as a DJ, and I burned some magical candle and I do a full party and silly dance at home. I know I'm living a life then, even though is the dream life of many women. I work the hours that I want, I do what I want, I live what I want. I'm far away from someone that I love, or so many people that I love, but I'm healing myself. I'm building a muscle that I never did. I'm learning about me so I can heal the future.
Yeah.
And in a way, I'm having these deep conversations. People are going to connect with you because you are magical, CJ. Thank you for being there for women who need. We all need. I'm a little before a generation, but we are on the same task. I have on my Instagram, I have these beautiful models of 80s and 90s who take beautiful photos because that is how I want to feel. I did not want to feel ugly, fat, and old with these 2 years. And I'm working on that. Have been a process. And it's all okay. You are perfect exactly as you are.
Yeah. And people see the beauty that is you that you don't see.
Yeah, maybe.
It's true. It's true.
You know what I have? I love what I do. I love what I do. So it's really easy for me to pass. I never go to, then this is a good coaching. I never go to a coaching sell or call thinking about that I'm going to sell. I go against all, I don't use scripts. I don't know if you have been in calls with me. I don't do that. It's like, if on the end of the call, that person wants to work with me and I want to work with her, we will figure out a way.
Yeah.
And I don't think many people get so stuck on so many rules.
Yeah.
Then you don't get anywhere. When you want to sell an offer, do a ridiculous price for a ridiculous value. My mom was an entrepreneur. I'm lucky because I grew up with parents entrepreneurs. My mom used to say, if you need to do a deal that is so good for the other side and is even better than for you, then it makes the muscle, it creates the muscle, then you believe in yourself, and then you start raising your prices when you see the results.
I totally agree with that.
100%. Send a message to the woman. looking to us and probably crying some tears and feeling connected, or probably thinking that we are totally insane. Me.
My message for you is it's never too late. A label doesn't describe you. The true essence of your beauty is the beating of the heart that's in your body and the soul that allows you to speak your truth out into the world. And your soul is unique from every single other person on the planet. I don't care what, your name is, how much you weigh, how much money you have in your bank account. You matter because you're here on purpose and you're here for a purpose that's with purpose. And there's no accident that you're here. And if you're seeing this video, you are meant to be here because something that we've talked about today, you needed for your soul to be better today. So my message for you is never doubt yourself. Never put yourself in a little box thinking that you can't be, do, have anything that you want to be, because no matter where you are in your life, in your journey today, you've just started to scratch the surface. You're never going to be done. The only way that you're done is the day that you die and that heart stops beating. You're continually expanding into who you truly are every single moment of every single day of your life.
You can take this part and use it for yourself after, because it was a beautiful pin post, and you can put on your Facebook, coach here working. My love, thank you so much. I'm going to say bye to these people and say bye to you properly. Thank you so much for being here. Here I was again, healing and dropping maybe the dark parts of me. Then I feel then you need to resonate if you want to be on my community, because it's the only way to be successful is embrace all parts of us and keep believing that we deserve, or realizing we do. My name is Rita Valente. Keep living your dreams and make it happen. And I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.